Hello viewers, this is Mahantesh Vapri. Welcome to this video, dear teachers, friends and students. I feel very happy to bring before you a beautiful short story that is A Wrong Man in Workers' Paradise, which is written by Rabindranath Tagore. And here, before we start to learn this short story, let's learn about the poet Rabindranath Tagore. Dear students, please open your textbook, page number 12. Right, dear children? Dear viewers, if you are watching our channel for the first time, please subscribe our channel and get connected with the learning of our channel. So, you have a lot to learn in our channel. In our channel. So, please subscribe and share our videos to your friends and students. So, let's learn. Please be on the page number 12. Rabindranath Tagore, 1861 to 1941, is our national poet. Rabindranath Tagore, as we all know, national poet who had written, or we can say, who wrote our Jana Gana Mana, which is our national anthem. And he was born in 1861 and he died in 1941. So he is our national poet because he wrote our national anthem. That's why we consider him national poet. He had a multi-faced personality. Multi-faced personality means he had such a personality that there is no field left that Rabindranath Tagore had not touched. Means he was an artist, poet, then painter, then artist, and whatnot he was. So it means that he was a multi-faced personality. He was a what we can say he was a multi-dimensional person. He was not only a great poet, so he was not only great poet but also genius. So he was extraordinary. Genius means extraordinary in music, painting and acting. So he gave wonderful and remarkable contribution in the field of music, painting and acting. He was an actor also. Choreography, etc. And he made many short films and short documentaries also. He was the first Indian to receive Nobel Prize. So we have to remember that he was the first Indian poet who got Nobel Prize, which is considered highest civilian award in literature, or we can say highest civilian award in the world. So he was awarded the honor in 1913 for his Gitanjali, a collection of poems. So he got this honor, that is Nobel Prize, in 1913, which work for the work called Gitanjali. What is there in the book called Gitanjali? It is a collection of poems. We can see many beautiful, wonderful and many enthusiastic poems in Gitanjali. Dear children, if you find this book in your library or anywhere, please read it. You can enjoy a lot. So this poem of collection is meant for enjoying. You can enjoy so many things there. Okay. So with this, let's go to the short story. So please come on the first part. What we can say? Please open your textbook, page number 1. Are you ready, dear children? Let's begin. A Wrong Man in Workers' Paradise. As we all know, this short story is written by Rabindranath Tagore. So some lines are given there in the pre-reading activity. What is there? If you have garden, you grow not only coconuts, vegetables, fruits, but also roses. So this line mainly gives us a hint about this short story. So it means that it tells us what is there in the short story in one line. So this line is very important, dear children. So what is there? So if we have garden, So in that garden we grow coconuts, vegetables and fruits which can give us money. If you sell coconuts, vegetables, fruits, you can earn money. So though they cannot look beautiful and they can give money. So but also we grow roses, it means beautiful flowers. So though those roses cannot bring a lot of money for us, still they give beauty to our garden. It means that only earning things are not at all good. I mean, earning things are not at all important. The things which give us beauty or beautiful environment, those things are also important. That is what this present short story tells us, that only we should not think only what we can say materialistic beauty or work. We have to consider here beautiful things. We have to enjoy our life even for some time. So this is what about the present short story tells us. Mainly in brief, in short, I can say that here we will find two words. One word is the word of idlers who cannot or who do not do anything. Then the other word we find everybody is engaged in work. That is workers' paradise. Whom do you consider good? Whom do you consider worst? So that the writer left those things to you. There is a lot of things to make you to think. Are you ready? So let's begin. The man had never believed in mere utility. Here we will meet a man. Here we will meet a person who do not believe in doing useful things. It means that he does not do any work. He does not do any useful work which he can earn money. He wastes his life in unnecessary things, in wasteful things. See, the man believed. Who? The man means person believed that he does not believe any useful work. He wastes his time, energy, talent in wasteless things. So let's learn. Having had no useful work, he had no useful work. He wastes his time. In which works he wastes his time? Does he sleep? Does he walk? Does he simply sits at one place? In what way he wastes his time? Let's learn. He indulged in mad whims. Mad whims means a sudden desire. He had his own desires. If he thinks he can walk, he can walk. If he thinks he can draw beautiful paint, he can. If he thinks he can sleep, he can sleep. It means that he works with his whims. Whims means his sudden desire. Whims means his sudden desire. Sudden desire means at a moment what he thinks, whatever comes in his mind, he does. Whatever comes in his mind, he goes on doing that. That is what about mad whims. He made little pieces of sculpture. So in which works he wastes his time, as we think. He made little pieces of sculpture, men, women, castles, quaint earthen things dotted over seashells. So he made little things on sculpture. Sculpture means he does many beautiful things on stones and sculpture. Then men, women, and castles. Wherever he formed walls. He used to make some beautiful what we can say drawing or painting there. Quaint, so which looks attractive. So whatever he does, that looks attractive. Quaint means, dear children, whenever you find a new word, please note down. Casuals means, not casual. Quaint means attractive. So that the things which he makes will become attractive. Earthen things dotted over with the seashells. So Whenever he found seashells or some waste things, he used to draw on it. He used to draw on beautiful things and it looks attractive. It looks fanciful. He painted. So whenever you find some waste things, he painted on them. Thus he wasted his time on all that was useless, needless. So in this way, he wastes his whole time in painting on useless things and which he thinks needless. There is no need to do. People laughed at him. People laughed at him many times. At times he wanted to shake off his whims. Still, he did not leave his whims. He did not leave his sudden desires. But they lingered in his mind. So they also laughed at him and he continued his own works. Dear children, are you following? There was a person who wastes his time in useless things, on painting on useless things, and people laughed at him. This much is very important. Let's go to paragraph number 3. Some boys seldom ply their books. Ply means study, read. In the same way, we find in schools some boys just rarely they read hardly. Whenever they find timetable is announced, they engaged in reading. So in this way, as this artist does. So in the same way, some boys seldom ply means study their books. So some boys study their books rarely and yet passes their test. Still they passes. A similar thing happened to this man. Similar thing, the same thing happened to this man. Whenever he does beautiful work, it will be praised and his work continued. He spent his earth life in useless work. He spent his whole earth life, means whole life on the earth in waste things. He did not do which is considered great or which is considered good. After his death, so one day that man died. So after death, so he was taken. Where he was taken? He was taken. The gates of heaven opened wide for him. So the gates of heaven. So we think that there is heaven and hell. This person was taken to the heaven. But the moving finger writes even in the heaven. So if this person was taken to heaven, he did not change. There is no change in his behavior. There is no change in his nature of work. So it means that moving finger means destiny. His working nature, his destiny did not change. There, please underline. Moving finger writes even in heaven. It comes under metaphor. So we find figures of speech in poems, but here also we find. Here moving finger means destiny. Writes in heaven means he continued his behavior, same idle behavior in heaven. So it came to pass that aerial messenger who took charge of that man made a mistake. So there was an aerial messenger. Please note down, aerial messenger means God's messenger. God's messenger whose duty was to take this person to whether heaven or hell. So he made mistake. Who made mistake? That God's messenger or aerial messenger made a mistake and found him a place in workers' paradise. So that aerial messenger wanted to take him to another place, but mistakenly or he made a mistake and he took him to the world of paradise. I mean not workers' paradise, where we find everybody is engaged in work. Nobody is idle there. In workers' paradise, everybody is engaged. Every minute is useful for them. Are you following? So think what is there in the paragraph number 4. So God's messenger after death, that God's messenger took this person to heaven mistakable. So he made mistake, and if he brought this person to workers' paradise. In this paradise, you find everything except leisure. So, what is the main feature of that world? Means everybody was working. So, there was no leisure. Leisure means free time. Nobody find a free time there. Here, men say. So, this ideal person was brought to the workers' paradise, means workers' country, where you find everybody is engaged in work. This man was idle. Here men, I beg your pardon. Here men say, God, we haven't a moment to spare. So people say that, men say that, even we don't have single minute to use or enjoy free time. Spare means leave. Women whisper, let's move on, time's flying. So women say, let's do our duty fast, 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 fast. Let's fly on. All exclaim, time is precious. Exclaim means tell. Exclaim means in brief, in short, we can say tell. Everybody was telling there, time is precious, time is precious, time is important. We have our hands full. So they used to say, our hands are full of works. Nobody was idle there. That's why it is called workers' paradise. We make use of every single minute. So those there, men and women used to say that we have to make single minute useful. They sigh complainingly. So women and men were complaining there. So they have to use even single minute. And yet those words make them happy and exalted. These words make them happy and exalted, fully delight. So let's go to paragraph number 7. But this newcomer, who was the newcomer there? This ideal person was the newcomer to that workers' paradise, workers' country, who had passed all his life on the earth without doing a scrap of useful things. So that person, ideal person, was brought to workers' country, and he did not do even single useful work on the earth. Did not fit with the scheme of things in workers' paradise. So he was not at all fit to live in workers' paradise, in workers' country. Still, he was brought there. He launched in the streets absently. See, he walked in that streets absent-mindedly without doing any work. He went here and there, he walked here and there, and jostled the hurrying men. So, what is the meaning of jostle? So, some meanings are given there at the end. Please, you have to check up. Jostle means to push roughly against. So, everybody pushed him. Everybody pushed him. Hurrying men and women pushed him, and he came that side. He lay down in the green meadows. He lay down means there was beautiful meadows, there was beautiful lawn, beautiful green lawn. So, which he lay down. He slept there. Are close to the fast flowing streams. So, there were fast flowing streams, but there was no sound. So, he was very close to that stream and was taken to task by busy farmers. See, scolded. So, some busy farmers scolded him and they blamed him and they took him to that streams. And he was always in the way of others. So, he was always following others. A bustling girl went every day to a silent torrent. So there was a girl who moves enthusiastically or who moves happily happily every day to that silent torrent. Torrent means a fast flowing stream which do not make sound. Though it flows fast, but it does not make sound. Silent since the workers' paradise, even in torrent wouldn't waste its energy in singing. See, even that flowing water does not waste its energy. It also uses its energy in useful way. See, everything was useful there. Wastes its energy to fill her picture. So why did that happy girl went to torrent? Have you got the idea, dear children? Torrent means it's a fast flowing stream, fast flowing water stream. Have you got the idea? So why did she go there to torrent stream? To bring water in her pitchers. Pitchers means it's a mud pot. It's a mud pot. Here you can see it's a mud pot whom in the olden days we found water filled. The girl's movement on the road was like the rapid movement of a skilled hand on the strings of guitar. See, the girl was very busy. The girl was skilled. Skilled means she is very talented in her every work. She does every work skillfully. Road was like a rapid movement. Everybody was running. Everybody was doing fast work. Of a skilled hand on the strings of guitar. So she used to play guitar. Who used to play guitar? That girl who met that ideal person was playing guitar. So she was very much skilled or talented in playing guitar. Her hair was carelessly done, so she did not give much time to make her beautiful hair. It means that she was not given enough time to herself, individual care. Her hair was carelessly done. Inquisitive wisps peeped often over her forehead to peer at the dark wonder of her eye. It means that she did not waste even single minute for her personal care. It means the idler was standing by the stream. There was an idle person the man who did not do any work on the earth. That idle person was standing just by the stream. As a princess sees a lonely beggar, princess considered him as a beggar because in that country, in that paradise means country, in that paradise means heaven actually. Paradise means heaven, Swarga. Princess sees lonely beggar. So this princess means that girl saw this person or considered this person was beggar. It means that everybody was doing work except this person and is filled with pity. So she showed some pity, some kindness. So the busy girl of the heaven saw this one and was filled with pity. So she showed pity, she showed kindness on him. And what did she do? Oh, she cried with concern. It means that she called him in loud voice. You have no work in hand, have you? So she asked, don't you have any work? Or have you? She asked, have you got any work or you didn't have any work? The man said, work? I have not a moment to spare for work. So that man, though he did not do any work on the earth and or he does not do any work on that kingdom, on that workers' paradise, he said, I have not a moment, not a single minute to spare for work. He said. So he says he seems that he is very busy. The girl did not understand his words. So that busy girl did not understand his words. Said, I shall spare some work for you to do if you like. See, that girl told that man, idle man, that if you want to do some work, I will give you some work. The man replied, girl of the silent torrent, all this time I have been waiting to take some work from your hands. See, the man replied. So that man replied that he wanted to do some work. And what work he wanted to do? Some work on your hands. What kind of work would you like? So she asked, what kind of work would you want to do? Will you want to do? Will you give me one of your pictures? What that you can spare? So that idle person asked, if you give me one picture or one mud pot which you have brought, I will paint on it beautifully. I will draw beautiful painting on it. One of your pictures, one that you can spare. She asked, a picture? She asked, do you want this picture? Do you want this mud pot? If you want to draw water from the torrent, so if you want to draw water from the torrent, you can take. No, I shall draw pictures on your picture. So that idle person told that, no, I don't want to fill water in it and take it. So I want just to draw some pictures on your picture or mud pot. The girl was annoyed. The girl became angry. Pictures indeed? I have no time to waste on such as you. So that the busy girl told that pictures, I have no time to waste on such things, she said. I am going, and she walked. She went away. But how could a busy person get better of one who had nothing to do? So in that country, everybody was busy in some work. This person was the only person who spent his time, who is spending his time in waste things. Every day they met, and every day he said to that same thing. Every day that busy girl met him, and he said to him the same words. Girl of the silent torrent, give me one of your clay pictures. I shall draw beautiful picture on it. Please underline. So all inverted comma sentences can be asked extracts. Who said this, to whom it was said, and some questions can be asked. So please underline and remember that who said this, to whom it was said. You can be asked extracts. She yielded at last and gave him one of her pictures. So at last she agreed. Who agreed? That busy girl agreed, and she gave him pictures or mud pot. The man started painting. That idle person started painting. He drew line after line. He put color after color. So he made beautiful painting on it. When he had completed his work, the girl held up the picture and stared at its sides, her eyes puzzled. So after completing that painting, she took that picture or mud pot and she watched it. She stared it. She gazed it, and she was puzzled. She was surprised. Brows drawn. She saw like this, and she asked, "What do you mean? All those lines and colors? What is their purpose?" So she asked, "So what these lines represent? What are these colors?" The man laughed. The man laughed. What is mean? What its meaning? I beautifully draw. There is no meaning to it. Nothing. The picture may have no meaning and serve no purpose. Please underline. Who said this? That idle person. To whom it was said? Busy girl. So this sentence mainly tells us about the picture or painting on the picture. So he said there is no meaning. The girl went away with her picture. So that the girl went away with that picture or mud pot at home, away from prying eyes. She held it in the light. So she switched on the light and she saw that the picture by all angles. Turned it round and round and scanned the painting from all angles. So she scanned means she watched it thoroughly. So what is there? Is there any meaning? At that night, she moved out of bed and light up a lamp and scanned it again. Again and again, she watched it carefully, but she didn't find anything. For the first time in her life, she had seen something that had no meaning and no purpose at all. For the first time, she found that this work has no meaning and what we can say no purpose. Still, it looks beautiful. Remember. When she set out for the torrent the next day, every day she used to go to torrent to bring the water. In the same way, she went there. Her hurrying feet were little less hurried. Remember, this This was the impact of idle person. So this was the impact of idle person. If you waste your time with idle person, your nature of work will be lessened. So dear children, always be in the company of good friends or good people. So we can see impact of such things. You can see little less hurried than before, for a new sense seemed to have awakened in her. So her feet were less hurried. So she means that she was walking slowly. A sense that seemed to have no meaning and no purpose at all. So she felt that there is no meaning in hurrying, there is no meaning in going fast. She felt. She saw the painter standing by the torrent and asked the confusion. So she saw again that painter, that idle person, just standing by the torrent and asked in confusion. She asked a question. What do you want for me? Want of me. So what do you want? Only some more work from your hands. Sure, she said that some more work on the pictures. So that person asked some more work. What kind of work would you like? She asked, what kind of work would you want to do? Let me make a colored ribbon for your hair, he answered. So he answered that I will make your ribbon fully colored. I will paint on your ribbon. And what for? She asked, what for? What is the use of it? Nothing. He said, nothing. Ribbons were made bright with colors. So that painter, that idle person, he made beautiful colors on that ribbons. And they looked beautiful, attractive. The busy girl of workers' paradise had now to spend a lot of time every day. So she used to spend a lot of time with this person, tying the colored ribbon around her hair. So she wasted so much of time with that person. The minutes slipped by. In this way, the minutes time passed unutilized. She also starting wasting her time in such things. Much work was left unfinished. So her work was not completed in time. So much of work was unfinished. Unfinished means she didn't do the work in time. In workers' paradise, work had of late begun to suffer. So in workers' paradise, if anybody neglect the work, he had to suffer. Many persons who had been active before were now idle. So many persons who were very active, now they have become idle because of the impact of this person. Have you got the idea, dear children? So if you waste your time in among idle people, the same impact will be shadowed on you. So always be in the company of active people. Active before they were idle. So everybody was idle now. Wasting their precious time on useless things. So they were wasting their time in useless things such as painting, sculpture, like this. They also starting wasting their time. So elders become anxious. So elders of the state. So leaders of the state, elders of the state becomes anxious. So that they thought, what happened to our country? Meeting was called. Meeting was held. All agreed that such a state of affairs had so far been unknown in the history of workers' paradise. So what happened to our country? And what was the reason behind it? They started thinking. The aerial messenger hurried on. So while they were thinking, in that meeting. So there was a God's messenger who was running very fast. He was hurrying. Bowed before the elders. So he bowed before the elders and made a confession. So confession, not confusion. Confession. Confession means he accepted his mistake. What was the mistake he did? So the mistake he did, he accepted. What was that mistake? I brought a wrong man into this paradise, he said. Please underline. It's important. So I means here that messenger brought wrong man. Wrong man. Who was wrong man here? Idle person in workers' paradise. So it means that when we are making friends, we have to think how that person is. So he thought that I have brought wrong person in workers' paradise who is very idle. He said, it is still all because of him. It is still all because of him. Your country has become idle. The man was summoned, so that man was called. So as he came, the elders saw his fantastic dress. So elders saw that he was wearing fantastic dress, beautiful dress, attractive dress. His quaint brushes. So they saw his quaint and attractive brushes and his paints. And they knew at once that he was not the right sort of workers' paradise. So that elders knew that they came to conclusion that this person was not fit to live on workers' paradise. Stiffy, the president said. Stiffy means seriously, the president announced. There is no place for you, the like of you. You must live. So he announced that there is no place for you, idle person, this gentleman, there is no place for you. Please leave our country. Please take leave of our country. Please go away from our country. The man sighed in relief and gathered up his breast. The man sighed. He thought that sighed means in this way, and he thought that he got relief and he got all his brushes, paints. But as he was about to go, when that idle person was about to go, the girl of a silent torrent came up tripling. So that busy girl came up there. So she was tripling, she was going fast. Cried, she said in loud voice, wait a moment, I shall come with you, please underline. So that busy girl said that, wait a minute, I shall come with you, I will come with you. It means that there was a deep impact on that busy girl. Impact means influence. So idle influence easily, we can see idle impact or influence on everybody. So who said this sentence? Busy girl, or the girl of a silent torrent, to whom that idle person. The elders gasped in surprise. Elders puzzled. So they were in surprise. Never before had a thing like this happened. So they thought that such thing never happened in their country. In workers' paradise, a thing that had no meaning. So this thing had no meaning and no purpose at all. So they left this idea. So what is there in the short story? Very brief, I can tell you that always we have to be in the company of active people. We should not be in the company of idle. So idle influence, you can see idle influence easily on us. So use your time, use your energy, use your everything among active people, and do your work. Don't waste your time with idle people. So it means that though idle person looks attractive, idle persons look, they can attract you, but that is not the way which can take you to your aim, your goal, dear children. So this is what about the present short story tells us. So many questions can be asked, multiple choice questions can be asked, 2 marks question can be asked, and long questions can be asked. Any questions you can easily answer. So extract question, just underline, remember who said this, to whom it was said. Next 2 marks questions, easily understand and try to write in your own way. And multiple choice question, try to read this lesson and watch this video once, twice. Even if you find thrice, you can watch. So this much is enough for this video. If I continue this video, it will be a lengthy video which can bring boredom to you. So thank you everyone for giving me your valuable time and discussing with me about a beautiful short story written by Rabindranath Tagore. So dear children, still if you are not subscribed our channel, please subscribe our channel and share our videos to your friends. Okay, so keep watching next video and try to learn so many things. So thank you. Please share our videos. Thank you one and all.